What's up? Welcome to Top Tier. I'm here joined by everyone who is very sane, and it is late at night. I'm here with Brett, Jaidlyn,
Two lies.
Hellpockets, and Rynge. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. We are still missing the carpet. I'm going to bring it up every time I miss my carpet. It's somewhere that is not here in the building because someone thought it was a good idea to put it somewhere else. And we don't have it. So, yep.
I hope this beef resolves one day.
It will not. Today we are doing Guilty Gear characters. So how it works, let's pull up the rules so I can read them verbatim. The contestants are going to take turns picking the characters they think deserve the ranking. Once a character is picked, all other iterations of that character cannot be picked. Contestants get one veto they can use against another contestant's pick. That's the flag you have. And a veto pick goes back in the pool and can be repicked later. Also, you can veto... Multiple people can veto the same person in the same round. Nope. Now, we do have a pick order.
Oh, boy.
Determined by me. This is the first time I've done this. I randomized it.
Oh. Boo.
I definitely randomized it because I couldn't figure out anything.
I like the bias.
Brett, Jaidlyn, Hellpockets, Brett.
Let's go.
Did you just veto the order?
From last to
Can
first.
I veto the order?
Nope. Anyways, this is the definitive tier list.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate definitive tier list determined by the 4 drafters. Everyone endorses this wholeheartedly, especially Brett. Speaking of, Brett has the first pick.
No.
Number 15.
You got back-to-back picks.
So you got to write it down and you got to give it to me.
So
I can't move, so you guys are going to have to pass it.
I'll give it to you.
I was saying, this is definitely like the most immobile I've ever been on the set. So it's like
I
just toss it at you.
I can't.
I have like
move.
zero control over this
So
list.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it down. I'll toss my book at you, and then when you take the slip off and toss it back.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah.
I'm upset because I know Brett seemed like an ally for what I'm trying to do.
I know, but I can't help. Look at this.
It's okay.
I can't actually help.
This is Guilty Gear, one of the most beloved franchises. Everyone has great opinions about it.
I watched the VODs for the other top tiers. I was like, the floor is very low here. Like, we can definitely do better than the other games. Guilty Gear is a franchise where, most of the characters are pretty cool. I don't think we can mess this up too badly.
Watch me.
Oh,
my God.
Let me
but
try.
I also feel like anything I say might just ruin things. So I'm going to stop talking. Oh my God! What is the point of 14 and 15 here?
You know what? I agree.
I liked having 15 and 14.
Can I have just a second veto flag instead of these slots?
No.
Can I sell my slots?
No.
Okay.
In top tier version 2.0,
right.
you might.
You want me to talk about my thoughts or give it to you first?
Write it down
First,
and then I'll review it,
yeah.
and then I'll give
And then you can give your argument for why we shouldn't veto you. I feel so powerful with the number 1 spot.
I know, right?
How does that feel?
Feels great.
Here you go.
Feels
you
like
also have a target on your back as well.
Yeah, that's
as
true.
we all know.
All right.
Okay, so this is the first pick, Guilty Gear, Accent Core, Jam.
You.
That's exactly my sentence. Yeah, why Jam?
That's
So we gotta get this stuff down here because I know some people might put them a little higher up. So I can't actually pick any characters I like, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. So that's
because
what
they
you
don't
were
That's a
belong
good strategy.
here.
That's what you were
All right,
getting at
so
with this. I
we're
see.
gonna get the see. That's why I have no control. I'm just gonna be picking bad characters. No offense, but I'm not gonna be picking top 10 characters because we're not in the top 10.
Okay,
So there are a lot of people who like Gem though. I picked GGAC Gem. She's really iconic. I think that there's a lot of other versions that are very reasonable too, including GGX even. But you have 6H loops in the corners. EX Puffball, right? FP Puffball's like pretty iconic part of Jam.
I agree that she is like iconic in the sense that she's one of the most popular characters in AC. I get it and all that. Do we really want her on this list? Does anybody worthy or is anybody?
You like Jam?
I'm gonna say right now.
You want to veto it? You can veto it if
I'm
you
not
want.
vetoing Jam.
I was a Jam main in AC, so I definitely.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna use my veto on this character.
I mean, I don't know.
15.
There is one thing I noticed about watching the other top tiers.
Terrible start.
No. Okay, let me talk about this. So,
You know what? He might have put it higher, so you know what? You're right.
if
I
yeah,
would've
yeah,
definitely put it
exactly.
higher.
Yeah, see,
Good-
then
good stuff,
I'm doing
Brett.
my job.
Yeah.
I'm doing my
Brett.
job.
Good stuff, good
Yeah,
stuff, Brett.
this
Good
is what
stuff.
it's about. This is about knock 'em out.
Well done.
No,
Well done,
for
Brett.
real though. You know, when we watch the other ones, people talk about the characters they like. Everyone's like, "Oh, I like this character." The thing is, if you play Guilty Gear enough, you know that you just hate every character other than the character.
Facts.
So we're gonna be talking a lot of shit
Full.
about all these characters except whoever your favorite character
Oh my
is.
God! If
So,
somebody puts one character on, I'm vetoing so fast.
so yeah, that's
I won't say who it is just
that's
yet.
Jam.
Yeah, so
Number
it's Jam
15.
from Guilty Gear Accent Core.
All right, bro, you got
GGAC.
14 too, baby.
Okay, I might need to think a little
You're gonna
harder
pull
about
out
this
the
second
Rolodex
one.
for
Yeah, that's
this?
fine.
Yeah, I'm scared that this character isn't gonna get put on the list at all if I don't put them on here too.
That's how I feel about
Jaidlyn, why do you like
character.
Jam?
Why do I like Jam? Honestly, I just really like the character. I think
Okay.
she's really funny, and I like that she just wants to cook. Just let her
Yeah,
cook.
she's got the humor side to her.
She is a
Yeah.
cook.
She's a
And
fast gorilla.
To be fair, I really like Rev 2 Jam.
Yeah,
Just
that's another
because,
good one.
I mean, her animations are gorgeous. I just like that she's like, let me feed you, please. I think it's a great character. She's fun.
It's everybody's favorite
God.
grandma.
Oh my god. Every time I play that game, I'm like, fried rice,
It's
please.
really crazy that I'm putting this here, but
Oh, I know who I might pick actually.
this is so bad. What?
I need your pick.
Okay.
I need your pick.
It's like, buddy, we're on a clock.
Yeah. Clock to my bed.
I have to think about the version. This one's a little harder.
There's a lot of Guilty Gear versions.
There-
Actually,
Yes, there
if you're
are.
thinking about like franchises, there's a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess this one has to make the most sense. Then.
There's even like significant changes from like AC to plus
All right.
R, right?
Yeah.
Like, super-
Yeah.
I think I would count that game where you play as Sin, the beat 'em up game.
Oh.
What
I don't
about-
remember the name of
Oh,
it.
never mind. I was thinking something else.
Dust.
What, you talking about
Oh, the
Overture?
DS game?
Overture? Is that one thing?
You think Overture? Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the
I do count that.
RTS game.
Oh.
there is like at least 2 characters from there that could be on this list, but I hope we don't see them.
Yes, I agree. But this character is a lot of people like him. The person that loves them just left the
I
building.
know.
But
He's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill me.
Number
but-
14, Zappa plus R.
Yeah, so Zappa's just a super tight character, actually. He has one of the most interesting mechanics in fighting games, which is that
Yep.
he has an RNG mechanic that also can be manipulated with the timer. So, you know, his summons, you get a specific summon, it's random normally, but on the timer 0, 1, or 2, on the singles digit, it actually controls the RNG. So that's actually just such a cool aspect of the character that, like, once you play Zappa, you know that you can see them, like, hunting for the specific time. And there's a very interesting neutral game played where it's like, oh, this guy's actually waiting it out, because it's like, if he waits long enough, he'll be able to control summon. And I picked Plus R Zappa because that is the Zappa that I consider the most completed version of Zappa. Still hoping we eventually get him in, like, a new game, because I think I'd love to see all of his, like, summons and effects in, like, you know, high res and stuff like that. But Plus R Zappa, you know, is really strong, perfect version of the character, basically. You know, some people definitely do not like how good at least one of his summons is in this version. But you know what? They just did their best to try and complete the character and round him out. So yeah, and he's just sick. So sorry, Steve, because I think this character deserves to be higher.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be real, but I don't know if people would put this character on the list otherwise. So.
I get you. That I was having similar concerns. I think Zappa's super cool as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking about using him for my 13th pick.
I
Yeah.
feel like it would be higher. I mean, it depends on the criteria of the pick, because obviously we're not going on just like tournament placings and like.
Right,
what you-
right,
you know.
right, yeah.
This
We're
is
going
about the group mentality. here.
mentality.
I have no
Definitely.
info. I have no info. So.
I mean, personally,
That's
I
true.
do like unblockable stuff, so I would have put him higher.
Why?
But you know, at least he's on the list
Why do you like unblockable stuff?
because there's not enough of it in
tight.
fighting games in 1998. So we need to put more of it in
I'm with you.
2024.
I'm with you.
God.
I played a character with an unblockable for
Actually-
many years, actually. So I don't know why I'm talking.
Why you over here
Like,
over
yeah.
giving me
Just
stuff,
saying,
bro?
Taskmaster has
if our
an
top
unblockable.
5 on this list was all characters with unblockables, it would be a good list.
Man,
That'd be funny.
it's so hard. I really don't know what y'all are going to pick later, so it's very hard for me to
Yeah.
figure out who I'm going to pick now. But I already wrote somebody down, so go ahead and pass it down.
All right.
Okay.
Pass it down,
Pockets.
Hellpockets.
Oh, I
Down
was
the
like,
line.
pass
I
what
got-
down?
Down the line.
It's too early
Yep.
for this, man.
Pass the duchy on the left.
And you know,
hand
this
side.
to me was also similar to your mindset, Brett, where I was like, I want to put this character now because f- this character, I don't want
Whoa.
I think I actually know who this might be.
What,
So-
really?
them higher. Sorry, Steve.
The version numbers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So this is Leo Whitefang
yes.
Stride.
Yes,
Oh.
yes,
I
yes,
got
yes.
you, Brett. I got you, bro. So,
No,
yeah.
I love that.
Leo Whitefang, I think Strive is the strongest version, right? I think there was some issues in Exerd where he was a little bit better with like the cross-up hitboxes of some of the normals and whatnot, but there's a clear distinction that the version of Leo in Strive is the best version. Dumbass fireball, 50-50 mix-up when I block his DP, makes no goddamn sense. Hate the character, hate playing against him. Cool overall, like aesthetically and whatnot. Hate playing against him forever, and I don't want him higher on this list. So
One of the
13 Leo
kings.
Whitefang. Second king though.
Yeah.
Second king.
He's the second
True,
king.
yeah.
The fact that they were able to basically put him in 1-for-1 in Strive is a huge success.
Most definitely. I like his iteration in Strive. I like a lot of the characters' iterations in Strive though.
Yeah, I love what they did with him and like how they animated everything, and then just put so much love and care into the design. And he's been like you said, like he has just been so good and so dominant throughout every single season of Strive, and he just continues to get better, and we continue to see him winning. I actually don't mind where he is though, like on this list.
Leo's cool though. I like him in the story mode. So
Leo, yeah. So I was like Leo's cool.
a lot
Like,
of Guilty Gear for me is story mode.
I could see,
Yeah.
like, I think given his success and just kind of how people gravitate towards him, I feel like he deserves to be on the list. That's why I'm trying to keep him low.
I just like the
I like it.
idea of what he introduced to the storyline as well, where like he's basically like another political figure to enrich the world of Guilty Gear, because that's something that I've always been invested in as far as the game goes. Before I competed in it, I definitely enjoyed reading the very extensive backlog of source material around that game. So always enjoy seeing like characters that really move the needle as far as the world goes, and he's definitely one of those characters.
Yeah, the king, dude. Mm-hmm. One of them. So it looks like no one wants to veto so far. Everyone's pretty.
No.
I told you, bro, it's pretty early, man. Like,
Yeah.
We're playing footsies right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
filling it
feeling
out.
out.
Filling it out.
Figuring out the neutral.
Trust me, there's a couple of things that I'm throwing.
This is
the
already,
goddamn
I
flag
think,
at.
No,
a
I
lot
like-
better than the other.
Depending
all
on what
said.
you pick, I think my 11 is gonna make people mad. So
Oh boy.
All right, Hellpockets.
All right,
give me,
let's go.
Give me yours. Going pretty fast.
and this one's strictly based on Twitter.
What?
What?
Twitter.
how dare you?
Oh, wait.
Bird.
How,
Wait, no.
It's strictly based
So
on
this
Twitter.
No way.
This is from Plus R.
Yeah.
Cliff?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Oh, Hellpockets!
Dude,
Cliff?
Come on, man.
Why? Okay, why Cliff? I guess Twitter's involved.
I always thought that Cliff deserved a second chance at life. I thought they gave up on him a little too early. And my man, Hono Rod, has revived the old man from his grave, and I'm loving it for the last 3 years, man.
Yo, can somebody please throw a flag, bro?
I don't think it's worth it. I hate this. But
Oh my God, really?
Absolutely
Cliff
love
is cooler
everything.
than Zappa.
Absolutely love
I mean,
It's
sadly,
always
I-
been cooler than Zap. Are you kidding me?
You're insane. Actually
He's
insane.
absolutely the coolest character in
my-
Missing Link.
He is literally the most successful flailing fighting game character of all time.
I mean,
You like that? You respect
Why
that?
not?
in the era of
Trash.
accessibility, man, like we've
Trash.
got to like give him his flowers.
He's not even in a game in the era of accessibility.
it could be worse. Honestly, at least he's only at number 12.
I guess, bro. I'm pissed. That was one of the characters I really didn't want to see on the list, but I can't waste my flag.
I had to give my. Hey, man, it was either that or like AC Justice or something.
God damn. Oh
Which
my
is technically
God.
not even tournament league.
Please,
so.
somebody throw a flag.
Justice. Does someone want to veto?
Somebody with a veto, go ahead.
I ain't using my.
We're pretty low on the totem pole
yeah.
right now, so I'm just saying, like, I'm just getting them out of the way because my 10th one is like, it's definitely one I'm feeling with my heart.
Let's move on, Hanzo. I'm pissed.
Okay. Yeah. I think Cliff is a very silly character, so I'm okay with him being up there. I think
Yeah,
that
you would.
every Guilty Gear player that plays against Cliff is probably not glad that he's up there.
Flail King.
He's there though.
Flail King, bro.
But we have Jaidlyn's first
Stupid-ass
pick,
character.
number 11.
Sure.
Let me
I
see.
changed my mind at the last minute. I chickened out on what I was gonna
It
pick.
can't possibly be worse than
boy.
Cliff.
Facts, Brett.
Yeah, I can
Unless
see
it
this.
was literally Justice.
It is just. No, I'm joking. So this is from Rev 2, Jacko.
Okay, yeah.
So the reason is I love Jacko as a character. She was actually the first character I played in Rev 2, and I fell in love with her. I love the design. I think the house mechanic is super cool. We were talking about actually Jacko last night, and like just because she was in Evo Japan, and her iteration in Strive is really interesting with the way that she throws the servants, but the house mechanic was so oppressive And if you got going, you could just overwhelm people, and it was silly and it was funny. And I think the character is really cool. And I wanted to see her on the list, but I was afraid if we got any further that she wouldn't get there.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think it was she's one of the characters that Guilty Gear is really good at, taking a design concept and then making it into a fighting game. Because she's a MOBA character, right?
Yeah,
so
like
she
RTS aspects as well.
Yeah,
RTS type character, right? Yeah, I definitely think her Rev 2 version was cooler to me than her Strive version, so I'm cool with the Rev 2 version. Even though, like in that game, I was like, oh, I can get Eddie, and then she just like puts up the projectile in full field.
Yeah, that match is messed up.
Eddie is useless.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty funny. Like I think that's actually a very interesting interaction. So I'm all good with Jacko Rev 2 actually.
Story-wise, she's cool too.
Yeah, I just didn't think
Story-wise, she's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
her story and with the clones and
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I like the houses and the minions and all that.
Me too.
I gotta be honest. When I first saw her, I was just all like, I'm not really understanding what any of this is, you know. And then I realized, like, oh, they're actually blending themes in the fighting games. All right, that's pretty cool.
Really cool idea.
They continue that into Strive too.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
All right, seems like we got our first 5. So we got Jam from Guilty Gear Accent Core, Zappa from Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R, number 14. Number 13, Leo from Strive. Number 12, Cliff from Plus R. Number 11, Jacko from Rev 2.
All right, so
All right,
good to me.
and we got Hellpockets first in the top 10.
First
so
in
this
the
is
top
usually
10.
when it gets spicy.
no pressure.
Yeah.
This is the
no,
top
all
10.
pressure.
I guess I'm proud of us for none of us using our veto flex yet.
I
It's
tried.
very- it's very
I tried to
disciplined.
bait you
I just
guys.
feel like
very
I can't
disciplined.
use it yet.
Yeah.
Like we're just getting into top 10. If I use it early, I'm just gonna be mad at like top 5.
See, the first time I ever did this, Steve, 13, I don't give a f- I just do that shit. Like, nope.
See, so like when it comes to top 10, though, I get like in a very fluid mood, right? I'm like Stephen A. Smith. We're like, it's not a hard list; it's a fluid list. Anybody could go anywhere here.
Okay.
Now, if
Okay.
you want to veto me on that, just remember that the list is fluid in my brain.
Okay. It's like water.
It moves around.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm picking this one with my heart because when I saw this character for the first time, I knew that this game was going places.
You're like,
And this is, spoiler alert, this is definitely back in the time before a lot of people gave a lot of attention to this game.
Okay, I think I'm all right.
Okay.
I think it
But
shouldn't
I
be
think
that bad.
this character
This-
definitely
Should be fine.
Oh.
heart and
Unless it's-
soul of the game for quite a bit of time.
Heart and soul of the game. This is from Reload. This is RoboKai.
I think
Oh, yes.
Okay.
RoboKai
You guys like
was
that?
Yeah,
absolutely
all right.
the
I'm
mood
down.
of
I'm
Guilty
good.
Gear for a very long time.
Yep.
I almost put this character down there because I was afraid he wouldn't get picked, so I'm pretty happy to see him actually here. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really like this pick.
I remember the first time I saw, and it was an SBL video, and I forget who did it, but it was like the 5H FRC loops
Yeah.
in like grand finals or something. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely the kind of stuff we like.
Okay. So I like RoboKai, but like for real, top 10 though?
Yeah.
10
Yeah,
RoboKai.
I think so.
Yeah.
In this iconic franchise?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
RoboKai's sick.
All right. I mean, I'm not going to use my veto flag.
I mean, he's one of the characters I want most in Strive, actually,
That's fair. I mean, I want him in Strive as well. So,
So why do you want him in Strive?
because he looks tight.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I just want to see how he
That's
looks.
good.
I
Okay.
want Zappa
Yeah.
in Strive too, because I just want to see
Yeah.
how they would animate them in Strive for
Yeah.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
RoboKai has the most potential, actually, of like any character to have like cool, sick-looking moves in Strive.
Yeah.
They can just redesign because they can just give him whatever he wants.
All right.
He's
all
a
right.
robot.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
already goofy as hell.
RoboKai it
He's a
is.
And I want to say he also, I don't want to say that he was the first
See, man.
Guilty Gear character to really come in with a secondary meter, because I know
Overdrive or whatever it was.
Zato Eddie had like, some sort of element of secondary resources to keep track of. You may not have seen it on screen at all times, but it was there when it needed to be, right? The recovery of little Eddie.
It's like a puppet thing. That's like kind of
Yeah.
an archetype that's existed, while the RoboKai thing was very much
More hard-coded into the character. And I don't
for
I'm not
sure.
even sure we had seen that in fighting games.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. I like the RoboKai.
I'm staying straight and narrow with that one, man. But the next couple might veer to the left.
Oh, boy. Yeah. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty, because I'd be like thinking of characters, and I'm like, a whole lot of
know.
characters haven't shown up yet.
Yeah.
We're running out of slots, bruh.
Yeah.
I know. I can tell when I'm listening. I'm like, do I pick this one now, or should I pick this one at all? Or
All right. So it seems like no one's vetoing RoboKai.
We're good.
So we're gonna move on.
It's like the most boring episode of this ever.
I'm
isn't it?
continuing
I know.
with the
No,
theme
don't
here.
worry.
Continuing the theme. Okay.
Everyone thought that before. So this is actually Rev 1.0.
Oh boy.
as a note. Bedman.
So
Yeah.
I had a choice between this character or some other characters that I suspect will be higher up that maybe I was afraid would not get picked. So it was either. Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead,
So it's either a character that one of you probably would put in top 5 that I'm going to put in number 9, or Bedman. So
You went with Bedman.
yeah, I went with Bedman. So
Or Bedman.
Bedman Rev 1.0 is probably the coolest version of Bedman.
Yeah.
I think there's room for highlighting characters that haven't really kind of got gutted a bit. So just kind of want to highlight that because it's really easy to look at a lot of more modern or at least relatively modern characters that are like just kind of complete and they're solid or whatever. And Bedman kind of like got shafted. I think we can all agree on that. One of the characters that I think in Exurd feels to me to be the most like spiritually Guilty Gear because he is just super duper unique. I think Jacko's also up there too. But just the way he converts and stuff like that is pretty cool. The fact that he's like a one-man army. He's basically a Marvel team by himself, right? So Bedman I think is pretty cool. Strive version is cool in its own way too. But yeah, you don't sound like you're a fan of Bedman, Rynge.
No, I actually like Bedman, especially this version a lot. But we're talking Guilty Gear top 10? Bedman?
Bedman.
Bedman.
Yeah.
With the iconic legendary roster that this franchise has, we're calling Bedman top 10.
I have a list and
I need
is
y'all
it
to
also-
start throwing your flags,
You
bro.
got the flag over here.
You have one?
He doesn't want.
You're making the argument. See, so I was going to do it.
I
because
legitimately,
have my
I
thoughts
got
as
a
well.
top 10 list, and he is on it at number 10.
He's been working on this for a while.
Oh,
though,
my
so.
goodness. Bro, okay, whatever.
So I was just gonna say that I think Bedman, he is cool, but he's also the only character in Guilty Gear history that's ever put me to sleep. So,
Damn.
I
and
don't know.
no pun intended, clearly.
Well, then.
If you hate so much, use your veto flag, man.
Facts.
I'm not gonna use my veto flag on that because I don't hate number 9. I don't hate him at number 9.
God.
All right.
Yeah.
Number
Move on,
9.
Hanzo. God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate Bedman.
Yeah, bro. Like, top 10 all time in Guilty Gear.
That's the end of the statement.
Crazy.
All right, number 8, Jaidlyn.
Okay.
Crazy.
Give me your
It's
pick.
quickly becoming like a political thing. Like nobody wants to.
I also hate RoboKai though, so.
That's fair.
Are
Are you just going to throw the flag at him?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I
impale
veto
me with the
host?
flag?
Is it possible to veto somebody's veto?
No.
Okay.
Oh, we actually
You
have to
can't
respect it?
counterspell the counterspell.
Yeah, you can't counterspell.
Here. Brett.
You definitely can, though. Like,
I mean, you
definitely
can,
can.
It
but
depends on
the
how your
stack.
DM
Yeah,
rules.
that's true.
Casting a
I let
spell
you
in a round.
counterspell, you
did.
motherfucker.
And I remember.
Look, I will subtle counterspell, okay?
There you go. That's,
That's
how you do
the
it.
good shit. That's the
That's how
good
you
shit
do
for
it.
sure.
Or you have an invisible wizard nearby,
Well,
like
mean, that
what I
works,
did
too.
to Rynge's party. Anyways,
Oh, I forgot about
he was in the Cloud Giant
Yeah,
Fortress.
yeah.
Number 8. Sorry. Number 8. This is a cool character. Rev 2, Sin.
I love Sin. So I picked this version over the Strive version because I think Rev 2 Beak Driver is the coolest freaking thing. I love play. Are you gonna throw flags at me?
Thinking about it.
Look at me.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
look at Bedman. Look at.
We're running
Wow.
out of slots with a lot of iconic characters not named yet.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you
I
go.
think Sin is iconic. His whole story is really cool. I mean, I love playing the child and getting to see what he could do in that game and how oppressive and destructive he was really fun. And then just like getting to see him progress as a character throughout that game's lifespan and what he could do to people on screen was really neat. And I think. And I'm big into voice acting. I think his voice acting is phenomenal. So
You gonna let this rock Hellpockets?
I don't know. Like she's
gonna
making
take
some good
away-
she's making some good arguments, but I'm just thinking
Dog,
like
think about the characters.
there's so
that
many
aren't on the
characters that we
list
have
yet.
not listed yet.
We only
still
have 7
have
spots
no,
after
see,
this.
I think we still have 7 spots.
This is not a glass half full situation.
We're
Hellpockets.
not working together on this. We're not working together on this.
Oh my god.
We
And I
are
like
working together.
Sin, but I don't think he's cooler than 8 other people in Guilty Gear. So
So are you gonna veto?
Fine.
All right.
That's what I'm
Sin
talking
has
about.
been vetoed. I'm gonna.
Bye.
I'm
gonna-
sorry.
Sin
fuck
goes,
with
Sin goes back in the
but he should have
pool.
been like 13 through 15.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, that's fair.
Sin goes back in the pool.
Yeah,
But-
we
I
can't.
don't think he's on my 15. I'm going to be real.
I respect it. I respect it for sure.
I'm gonna need another pick, Jaidlyn.
Okay. Another pick then. See, now I'm just gonna choose violence.
Oh, see, I told you it was becoming a political thing.
Should have just let the goddamn scene rock.
That's how it always starts.
God damn it, man.
I will say I originally hated Sin.
Really?
But then he grew on me.
I think Sin's really cool.
I like how he eats
Not in
meat.
the top 10.
I like him in the story. I like him in the
story is
Exert story mode. He's
fantastic.
great.
Yeah.
I like his gameplay in Rev a lot.
So I'm gonna preface this was going to be my 11, and now
Oh, wow.
you chose violence. So
Oh,
I'm
what
going
the
hard.
Dude, this is gross. Strive, Happy Chaos.
Oh my god!
So
I'm good with that. I like
Actually,
HC.
that's actually.
I like
What?
HC, baby.
okay, I do want to preface this with I
Blasted.
think that what Happy Chaos did to the landscape of Strive is
Iconic.
it is. It's iconic. Like
Absolutely.
you can't deny that what that character did, like when he got brought into the game, completely changed how people were playing.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
The sound design on that, like I cannot get the combo breaker that he first came out of my head when like the bass would drop every time he'd go into stance. I think the moveset is really interesting. The fact that he has the projectile properties that aren't actually projectiles, they have the instant projectiles, which force people to react differently, was a really neat way to make people adjust to the game and change how they were thinking about stuff. I think more than his complexity, because there was a lot of complexity with the reloads, and then you have like different buttons that you have to push, and then your negative edge things and stuff like that. Like you're having to basically like piano key this character. He is complex, but he also changed the game in such a way that I think just shaped the way Strive was going to be, patched for season after season after season.
Yeah, I think like the effect he had is worthy of like recognizing his importance.
I think
and
I
Strive.
like him better than Sin.
I do.
Yeah,
I do,
I
straight
think
up.
this is a better pick
I
than
do.
Sin for me.
I love him in the story, but the way he changed the landscape for me was me not playing the game.
But you see, that's totally fair, but like that is the thing.
That's why I think it's worthy of recognition. That is worthy of recognition. I mean, I had a similar
He
argument
is
to
this
Virgil.
game's greatest villain, maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like literally and figuratively.
Nightmare character. Oh my god.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Man, bro,
right.
I am so concerned right now.
I love him in
Inspiration
the
I
comes from
was feeling
adversity.
pretty good about this
Seven
before the
s-
top 10. Yeah.
7 slots left, and there's so many people missing.
I have no
know.
control over this now. I only
This
have one
is-
more pick.
This is rough.
I can't actually do anything
I think you'll
anymore.
be happy with my 6.
I know
think
what your
so.
1 is, and I'm
Obviously.
fine with this.
Yeah.
And so this 6.
I think you'll like my 6.
Okay. Well,
Well, we
Pockets
all-
is
Yeah,
first.
we just
Honestly,
said
at this
it.
point, I might change it because of how many people aren't on here.
We got Hellpockets.
You got me on 7, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
There's quite a few characters I enjoy that are not on this list, and they're not going to make it, which is always the case.
Boy, man.
Considering what happened-
Kind of
Like,
tough.
I'm
hour
on
ago.
the verge of picking one of the characters I hate just because of like how iconic they are in the series.
No.
Like I'm on the verge of that
I'm
because
starting
they're
to
not
think,
here yet.
I'm starting to think I need to be on another one of these because I realize what the strategy now is. I think I need to pick the other people's favorite characters.
That's I
had that
I
happen
told them
before.
to do that in the Marvel one. but
Yeah,
they
but see,
didn't listen to
I
me.
don't
Yeah.
know enough about Pockets and Jaidlyn's like Guilty Gear character. I know you.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
But so that's not a
Everyone does.
problem.
I know Pockets.
I'm going
characters.
like I'm trying to.
You're thinking.
I'm thinking right because I know I was going to go left, but there's like 3 different options I could go left with.
Oh my God! Why don't you just pick somebody
pick
that needs to
something-
be on the list?
To be on the list.
Why is it gotta be left?
This
the-
man's like, I'm
going
trying
left.
to go to
The-
bed, bro.
Pick the definitive
I'm
number
up now. I'm not
7.
even tired anymore.
The
Yeah.
definitive version
The
of
list
the
has got to
character.
be angry.
Pick the 7th
Best
coolest
character.
character.
Just pick it.
All right,
It's that easy.
I'm just gonna go.
It is
with,
kind of that easy.
I'm just going with what I think is pretty damn cool right now.
I know who's not going to be on this list, and yeah, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, you probably
There's-
got a good idea.
There's several people that are not
But-
on this list. That's gonna be
Dude,
sad.
I'm like,
Dude.
it didn't make sense to put him number 9, and now I'm going to eat it for that. All right.
Ah, well.
Whoop whoop whoop. Okay. Whatever.
Whatever.
This is Exerd Chip.
What the?
Yeah,
Dude, no!
Exerd. Why
baby.
Exerd
Exert,
Chip?
What
Exert
version?
sign. I thought Exert Chip was like the perfect marriage of like what his. So they finally animated his moveset to look as cool as it should be, and it was still just as strong.
No, bro.
Throw the flag.
And watching Samito
It's
get
not
down
worth.
and Exert
It's
sign
not worth.
The flag.
was
No, I gotta save
joy.
it. I gotta save it for number 3, dude.
for
enough.
years.
Chip.
Yeah,
He's the president.
I hate this.
He is the president.
I hate this a lot.
He's not even the coolest ninja in the franchise, bro. Answer is actually cooler than
That's
Chip.
BS, actually. Come on.
What are you talking? All right, whatever.
Answer
the whole
is
point
literally
of
his
Chip,
assistant.
the whole point
Yeah,
of Chip
that's
is he's not
bullshit.
supposed to be
He doesn't
cool.
have the charisma
That's-
to be president.
He's supposed to be funny, dude.
He says bonsai. Bonsai! You like that shit?
Yeah, the fact that you think this character's
I was
cool
going to-
is a sign.
I was going to use Missing Link Chip because his taunt was kiss my ass.
So somebody throw a flag, dude.
Yeah, I don't even think this is worth
Jay
it. I
Let's
hate
go.
this, but
What?
You like Chip, Jaidlyn?
Nobody liked watching Samito play Exert Chip?
No.
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 I'm still saving my flag for top 5. I'm concerned.
All right. Well,
All right,
Chip's
well-
up there.
You know what? Since it's going fucking haywire. Please.
No. Stick to the plan, please.
I am. I am sticking to my plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Number
it's
6.
not exactly what we first set out to do because I think this character deserves to be on the fucking list. I don't think anybody else is going to put them there, and they definitely deserve to be on the goddamn list.
Okay.
And I'm interested to see if this.
I think I know who this is then.
Oh. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Guilty Gear XX. Holy Order Soul.
Oh!
Ooh.
By XX, you mean are you, which version?
Action Core,
Are you,
right?
yeah, Accent
Ace?
Core, yeah.
Axe
Is he?
I mean, whatever best one he is, bro. I don't know. I played Plus R.
Can we mod this to plus R?
Yeah, it's Plus R. That's the one I played.
Okay,
I
okay,
played Plus
okay.
R
Yeah.
Holy Order Soul.
This is plus our Holy Order Soul.
Yeah,
This is a
Plus
good
R
pick.
Holy Order Soul. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think Holy Order Soul is like one of the coolest iterations of Soul. Does this count as Soul, Hanzo?
No.
Okay, that's what I just want to know. So
Okay,
I think
yeah.
Holy Order Soul, one of the coolest iterations of any character I've ever seen. Had a ton of fun playing him in Plus R. That's the character I switched to when I really didn't want to mess up my hands with my main, and he was just a blast to play. I think he looks super cool. I think he blows away regular Soul's aesthetic by a mile. I just think the character is superior in pretty much every way to regular Soul, so he needs to be on the goddamn list.
This character is literally my number 6 on my personal top
There you
X.
go.
Hey,
Nice.
man.
He's also one of the few characters in Plus R that has actually really been like developed
Yeah.
over the post rollback, basically. Like people actually labbing out, finding new cool stuff
Yep.
with him. So that has been really awesome. Yeah,
I love his
No complaints from
aesthetic.
me.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
his aesthetic
Yeah.
is so
Aesthetic is
clean.
dope.
It's so cool.
One of the best in the series of all time.
I think a lot of people watching this will probably be happy that at least this character's on here because I thought this character wasn't going to make it.
That's why I did it
Yeah.
now. I was like, and that's why I was like, I'm almost going to change it because there's so many other iconic characters, but he deserves to be on the goddamn list. He's way too cool.
Yeah.
They don't want to
Well,
veto.
we
No, everyone's deep in thought. Okay.
we appreciate
No.
your sacrifice.
Yeah, thank you for that.
All
bad.
right. So let's go over Robokai in Reload. Number 9, Bedman, Rev 1. Number 8, Sin got vetoed to Happy Chaos in Strive. Number 7, Chip in Exerd. Number 6, Order Soul in Plus R. Now we're in our top 5. We've only had 1 veto so far, so we got 3 locked and loaded.
It's kind of good that we have a lot of control. We have
I
control.
feel good
We're-
about this.
It's a pretty good bottom 5.
Or still has directed us back to the right timeline. Yeah, Chip is not okay, but
Pretty good bottom 5.
it's really not okay.
Pretty good.
Many other
Okay.
characters.
Pretty good.
Jalen, let me see. Let me
Yeah.
see. So this is the 5th.
See, I'm concerned. this
He's
is gonna
about
get
overcoming
vetoed, but
adversity, man.
Where'd you get that from?
I think
You
this
heard his
character needs to be in.
Okay. I'm not actually a fan of this character, but the entire world is. So,
Yeah.
Rev 2, Johnny.
Damn
My
it!
flag.
Oh, wait. Why were you going to pick Johnny?
Why was I going to pick Johnny?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were like, why did Brett just immediately veto?
I'm
Oh,
going to ask him after.
Wait, did he actually? Oh,
Yeah, Vito did.
he said no.
I did not even catch that.
No,
you
he
threw it
said boop.
at Johnny? Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll hear this.
No, I
Damn.
think so. I was going to pick him because, again, iconic character. He dominated like the end, like latter half of Rev 2.
Shout out to Mito.
Yeah, just the way that he would play was really cool. I think his iteration in Rev 2 is really cool. I love the coins. I love the Mistfinder. I love the aesthetic. I think the way that he plays is really neat. Again, like sort of similar to my justification for Sin is like I think they did a good job of putting him into Strive, but I think the Rev 2 version is the superior version.
Brett, why'd you veto?
Because she's wrong.
Okay.
Fundamentally, okay.
I love this version of Johnny too, honestly.
Why is she wrong?
Because there are more interesting versions of Johnny, and he does not deserve to be this low.
Oh,
So
this
that's what I thought, because I was
Yeah, I
like,
was
Brett
gonna
likes
say.
Johnny.
Yeah,
so I
that's
was
why I
like,
was-
Yeah, all right.
I was like, I think he might want to.
Okay, that's totally fair.
That's all. Yeah.
fair enough.
Okay. So
I'll take that. And now I need to think.
You got plenty of other options. There's lots of good options.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Trust me,
there are a lot of
a whole lot of
top
a lot of them.
5. There's a lot of good characters here.
I really get. Specifically, there's one character that I cannot believe is on this list, or is not on this list yet. Like one that I'm just like baffled by.
There's like 4 that needed to have been mentioned.
Yeah, for sure.
there's one that I'm like, you guys
Yeah,
are picking
it's
it.
insane
You're
that I
not
think
picking
there's
it.
this character might not get picked.
I wa-
Not picking it.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys' that character is when we're done.
Because he needs to be like 5 or 4
Oh.
or 3.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, you have 4.
I have 4. That's correct.
So there's that. I'm still thinking. I apologize.
We already
No,
know what
you're
your
good.
4 is going to be, though, right? Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We have a lot of spread out. No original Guilty Gear characters. I think everyone can agree that's kind of probably not gonna be
I
the
think we
case.
were trying to keep things somewhat honest.
Yeah. A lot of plus R.
You mean like GG1 characters?
Yeah, that's it.
Original cast.
Yeah.
All right, Street Fighter 1 Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guilty
down
Gear
over there.
1 Soul.
Yeah.
Missing Link Vikings.
The one that Daigo played in One Evo with.
That's the version.
Yeah.
Daigo's
Dang it.
Daigo Soul, yeah.
Daigo Soul is
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Can we
legendary.
pick what's his name? Oh, Kusoru?
Kusuru, yeah, I was about to say.
Kusoru Soul?
Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
funny to like do this, but instead of picking versions, you pick a player.
Yeah, players really
that would
that'd
be really
pretty good,
interesting.
actually.
I'm sorry. I'm working.
You're good.
It's not a
That
bad
is-
idea.
That is actually an interesting twist on it.
Well, I guess you could just make a whole top tier about
Yo,
like
I
favorite
spit-
fighting game players or whatever.
Well, let's not talk
Oh,
about
you did that? Okay. Oh, wait, that's
I can't
messed
believe
up.
you haven't tossed your veto flag yet. You've been instigating this for like a whole 20 minutes.
I will tell you my strat. Once this
I
is
know
over.
it. I already know what it is.
Okay, then. So you understand.
Over here,
All right.
shit
I'm
disturbing.
going with this.
All right.
I'm going to
Number
yell that
4.
again. No, this is still 5.
It's 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah,
We're still
Johnny
5.
got vetoed.
Sorry.
I love this character. The iteration, I don't know about, but Eno and Strive.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah.
I'm just glad Eno got mentioned.
So
I hate
that's-
this character, but she needs to be on the goddamn list.
Yeah, I
fine.
wanted Eno on this list. I don't think you can have a Guilty Gear top list without Eno being on it. She's so she's like the face of the series for a lot of things, and the way it's a hard rock game, and she's got all of the different guitar riffs that are actually like riffs in real songs, which I think is super cool. I like her in Strive. I think the hovers are really cool. I think her moveset is neat. I love that we could see the different corner like combos and things that she could do, especially like with what Daru Ino was doing and like what Diaphone was doing in the beginning of the life of the game. There are certain movesets I would love to see have back, like having vertical chemical love. I think would be really cool. I really want that back instead of like just horizontal chemical love. But
Me, like, that got me
but
good.
I think she needs to be on the list. She's just been as part of the series for a really long time, and I really like her Strive version.
To me, she's the most iconic female character in the franchise. It would have been criminal to leave her off. I hate fighting against that character forever. Very annoying, but I agreed would have been criminal for her to not be on this list.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Aesthetic-wise, she's like the core of the
Yes.
series.
Yeah,
She's got a
she is.
goddamn guitar. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, how will she not be on this
I mean,
list?
like her grab, she chokes you with a guitar string.
Yeah, like that was the character I was worried that was not going to be on this list. So she's not my favorite female character, but she's the most iconic one for sure.
What do you think Hellpockets about?
But, you know,
Eno? Yeah.
so obviously first introduction to Eno came back in Midnight Carnival as the boss character. And I remember being reminded of like the SNK boss syndrome for a first couple of months.
I remember. I was in the arcade. I remember she had the note like the X's that would come up and she'd
Yeah, you gotta
shoot like a
dodge
bunch
them.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I was just like, that's cool that they're putting that little bit of extra detail into the single player game. And obviously, as a competitive character, she was extremely unique. I've got no problem with the pick. I've played against some really good Eno players and had both good and terrible times against her. But it's always been like, man, this character's got a lot of really cool stuff that makes me play out of my toolkit a little bit. So I've always enjoyed that.
Yeah, I had to play against Daru, so
Oh.
I lost.
I was saying, did you win?
How'd that go?
All right, seems like no one wants to veto Eno.
My third veto.
Yeah. Jaidlyn's been tanking him.
I know. Making me think.
All right, Brett. Okay, well.
Yeah, my man's ready. Let's go.
Yep.
This is plus R Johnny.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not that surprised.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, my mission today is to make sure this character gets on the list at the
And
highest
that's why you
spot
vetoed it.
possible. It sucks that I was RNG'd into this worst spot possible. Because he probably deserves to be number 1, 2, or 3.
I'm with you.
But yeah, I really don't want Exert Johnny on this list when there's plus R Johnny, because Exert Johnny basically gutted everything that was actually interesting about the character, and is a pretty large. There are a lot of people who play Johnny who don't play Exert Johnny, and don't play Exert because Johnny's boring in that game.
Yeah, it's true.
Interesting.
He's super boring version of the game. I'm not here to hate on the Exert Johnny though. I'm gonna just talk about how plus R Johnny is like one of the most interesting fighting game characters ever made. Basically, character has basically an infinite ceiling. I could just talk forever about him. I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna run the roll time, but this character is just a mega sick. I don't think anyone can argue about that.
So yeah, I actually really like Exert Johnny, but I have like literally talked to Johnny players that have echoed that sentiment. That have like real life that they're like, nah, I hate Exert Johnny. He's so boring compared to plus R. Plus R version is so much cooler. So I'm cool with it.
People like meme about like stuff like I don't know combo expression or all those stupid words like people meme about that stuff. It actually kind of does exist for plus R Johnny. Though.
Yeah,
so
100%.
it's like there you go.
I'm cool with that.
Guilty Gear players are like that, where if their character is bad in a version, they're like, you know what? Fuck this game.
Yo, Ogawa, brother.
I know. I've heard that about so many players. They're like, you know what? I'll skip it for 10 years, and they just come back.
He did.
Yeah,
The thing
that's
though
fair.
is that Exert Johnny is like the strongest iteration of him we'll ever see, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the perfect. He has 0 weaknesses.
Yeah, so good.
Okay. Seems like no one wants
No
to
vetoes.
veto that. So we got Hellpockets. This is your last pick, Hellpockets.
This was
do you
hard,
feel?
actually, because I wanted to pick with my heart on this one for personal reasons, but I got to be honest for once
Okay.
Wow.
during the night. So,
Interesting. I wonder what that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who this is.
I 100%
fluid.
know
This
who
has
this
to
is,
be.
and if it's
no, you
not,
don't. No, you don't.
This
Yeah, I
has
do.
to be.
oh, I don't know.
Wow.
You didn't
crazy.
know.
Oh, no.
I picked Action Core Testament.
What?
Oh.
Accent
Wow.
Core Testament.
Yeah, and I picked Action Core because I don't have a lot of experience with Plus R Testament.
I mean, I would also choose Axon Core Testament or Reload Testament over plus R Testament, personally.
Wow.
So why Testament?
I think Testament was, for me, the biggest impact on my enjoy. Like when I first played Missing Link, and Testament was the sub boss, and I first run into them, and I was just like, "Wow, this is really a game made for me." I know people that look like this in real life.
That's
People
legit,
like
though.
this.
I do like
I
that.
have
This
friends
is
with
a good
people like this in
argument.
real
I
life.
fuck with that so hard.
Yeah, this is a good argument. It is.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm about to show this to everybody. And I remember I took that game to my high school, and we used to run Missing Link tournaments at lunchtime on like the little AV carts. And I'm like, hella people just pick Testament because like, oh, he's just like me, bro. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of, it was really fun. And then obviously, as the game developed in the later versions, the toolkit got fleshed out. Action Core, I think, is probably the best version of Testament that I've ever experienced playing against. He's got the webs, he's got the trees and whatnot. I'm blanking on the names right now because it's too early. But
I love your
Badlands,
reasoning.
yeah,
Hits-
I think you talk about iconic, and I'm like, dude, like. I think there are trap characters in fighting games like that because of Testament.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about Byakuya and Uni, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely Testament, man. Like,
Yeah.
I agree that Testament deserves to be on this list.
yeah.
Testament's aesthetics very heavy metal too.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly who I was talking about when I was talking about my friends, by the way.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
reasoning was so good. Like I really like the reasoning for it for sure.
Yeah.
They're definitely
The argument's
memorable.
super solid.
Yeah.
All right. No one wants to veto. We got some vetoes still. We got 2 vetoes. We got 2 vetoes.
Are you gonna veto me?
I mean,
I'm
depends what you pick.
I'm weeping for like 2 of these characters now.
I can't believe one of them is not going to be on this list. It's so funny to me.
There's several.
Yeah, so. Oh my God.
All right. Jaidlyn,
Let's just-
Okay.
give me your number 2 pick.
And we have to pick a version.
You have to pick a
Yeah.
version, yes.
Okay.
Oh man, 2 spots left.
I know, and I'm
It's
so like, and I'm kind of feel like I want to pick with my heart and be like, this is the character that I love, but there are so many good characters, like
the
so many
definitive
iconic characters that aren't on this list that I'm just looking and being like, how? So
How did we mess up the first 5 this badly?
Chip.
Exactly.
Looking at Chip a lot on this list, man.
At 7. At 7.
Exer chip.
Exer
All
chip
right.
at 7.
I think 3 through 6 have been pretty legit, though. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I like 3 through 6.
all right, probably gonna get a flag thrown at me again. But I'll take it.
I just.
Have we ruined your experience with top tier?
there's really, there's only one reason I'm throwing a flag at this point.
Okay.
I know.
Well, I thought someone else would pick this character, but they didn't.
Oh.
So they might be happy about it. This is Kai.
Wow,
Strive.
he actually made it. I thought he was gonna get left off.
See,
I'm fine with
I
him.
can't.
I'm fine with him being off the list, honestly.
I know most people are.
There's
I know,
two
but,
other people.
So why Kai?
So why Kai?
What
he's-
version are we talking
I
about?
said
Strive.
Strive version. Not like beginning Strive. I think now Strive. Because in the beginning of Strive,
now.
he was kind of like. I think that's the nicest thing you can say about it. But I'm sort of like going with Soul. They're the two faces of the game. And there's so much story to him. This is a true story. I spent a stream reading out the entire wiki for Kai's story
Okay.
from the
That's a
beginning
lot,
of the
dude.
game.
That's a lot.
Oh, it took a solid like 45 minutes. It was a lot. But like the depth and the complexity of the character and what he has gone through story-wise, I think, first of all, very, very cool. I don't feel like for me, I can have a Guilty Gear list without that character. Because whereas you have like the Eno with the hard rock theme and stuff like that, like Kai is just so like he is protagonist with the sword and has that energy and just brings that sort of seriousness into the story and the aesthetic.
Brett, do I throw the flag?
I love it.
I think you gotta throw the flag, bro.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Can I? Am I can't say anything, huh? I'm not allowed to.
Why'd you
Go for it.
veto Rynge?
Because I just remembered someone.
There's so many other characters.
Specifically, I just remembered someone that I'm okay with giving up the first spot to if, Jaidlyn does what I hope she doesn't.
Okay.
But there's one character specifically that I'm like, bruh, they gotta be on this goddamn list.
I mean, I
Okay.
know what your slot is, so we're just choosing what number 2 is right now.
Yeah, but Jaidlyn could pick my number 1 as number 2, and then I have to change. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fine.
That's
I mean,
right.
I
It's definitely just like,
assume-
angered the beast.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't
Okay.
do what she might do.
Oh, I see.
Like,
I see.
It's so
Okay.
important to me
Totally.
that this other character also gets on the list that I'm willing to sacrifice. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Honestly, you did okay already, man. He could just not be on this list.
Nah,
I
I
think
put
it's okay.
I threw it on. I threw it already. It's done. I'm sorry,
I
Can't
Jaidlyn.
pick up the
I'm
phone.
just
Alright.
gonna weep for the other
sorry.
characters now, though.
It's
Can
not
I
no
can I already
Belichick.
start weeping?
Yep.
Sorry.
Jalen,
Where-
it's your pick again.
Everybody hates what I pick.
You are the
Sorry.
Steve of this episode.
Okay. It's fine. Steve and I can just go commiserate later.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So one
have my
character for
character.
sure is like one of the greatest fighting game characters ever made, with the most interesting mechanic ever made that isn't Johnny and is not going to be on this list.
Then now I think I know who you're talking
wonder-
about.
And I
I don't
cannot
know
what
believe
he's
this
talking
character is
about.
not on this. It's not what you're going to pick either. But there's another character you guys forgot. It's so irritating to me.
I'm trying to think.
But I didn't. Yeah, but I realized I didn't realize you guys wouldn't remember this character. There's yes,
I
because
remember,
he,
I remember.
because this character isn't in the news version of the game.
All right.
Oh wait, actually, okay, never mind then. We're thinking about 2 different characters. Then.
No, but that character's also sick.
I would have
You guys
replaced.
talking with your eyes?
I
Like, what-
replaced one of the characters. I should have picked them instead of Leo. But I fucked.
Well, no, that's so low though, man.
Yeah, exactly. I thought somebody would have brought
I
this
should
motherfucker up.
put Testament at 15. My bad. I realize now that was my error.
Nah, because
really-
he would have put Jam at 3, so you're good.
absolutely.
Oh, actually, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You're
You're
good,
right.
I
you're
You're right.
super
All right.
hope that I have not ruined this for you, Rynge.
No, you're
It's
fine.
fine. You
You're
didn't
fine.
ruin it for me either.
No,
way.
I
I
don't
mean
think you
with
can
this
ruin
pick.
this.
Yeah, you didn't ruin it for me
Alright.
either way.
All
I
right.
don't think you can ruin
This
it.
is a pretty iconic character,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Probably the main character of the story. Soul Strive.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Strive Soul.
Okay.
I-
and the-
Brett was upset with the Strive
Brett
version.
does not like
Oh my
Heavy.
god, that got me good. Forest
So-
of God.
Any other version of the character.
But so this version of Soul made Majin Obama crazy, so I think it's worthy to be on the list.
Yeah.
So why is
So why Soul? Soul, again, I mean, similarly to Kai, he is the face of the series. He was voiced by Daisuke. He has incredible like moves and things like that. I'm not gonna lie, like Wild Throw before they nerfed it was one of my favorite things in Strive, to just watch people lose massive tons of health when that would happen. And then two, thinking about it from the more competitive standpoint, the people who have been able to just really excel and then like do so much more with this character in Strive than people thought initially he was going to be able to do was a really neat development. And I actually really like Soul too, and I think the aesthetic of the character and just like how he's so demeaning all of the time is really neat. I think he needs to be on the list somewhere.
I think he's
Respect that.
very funny in the story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us are gonna argue.
You
against
can't argue
Soul,
Soul.
bad guy
Yeah, for sure.
in this
Can't argue against Soul.
Yeah.
top list.
Can't argue against Soul.
Number 2, he doing pretty good,
All right,
All right.
guys. Where's
pass it on down.
Can,
Here we
I,
go,
can I?
guys.
Can I?
Can I just
Well,
say?
Can I
hold
start?
on,
Only
let-
one
yeah.
person
If
has
I
the
don't
power.
get vetoed here, then we can start being like, oh, shit, why isn't this person on the list?
No. I was about to say, can I just say the character?
Yeah,
I,
sure.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know the version.
I hope I know what the version is.
You know, Brett.
It's got to
not-
be this version. It has to be
Yeah,
this
This
version.
is Eddie
Yes.
from Accent Course.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the definitive version of Zato, Eddie, whatever you want to call him. That motherfucker literally sweeps you and unblockables you to death. Like one of my favorite fighting game characters of all time. Just the ceiling on that character is so high, and there's so much you can practice with. So many different setups, just the control. He's the character. I mean, I always talk about this. Zato is my favorite character across all fighting games. He's, I think, easily the best puppet character in any fighting game. Nobody comes close to touching him in that aspect, in my opinion. And AC is the definitive version of him.
He's
so.
basically the first Negative Edge puppet character.
Yeah, exactly.
There were a couple other puppet characters that came out, I think, around the same year that the first version of Zato was made, but I think he's like the only true Negative Edge one.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's maybe a JoJo character that does some Negative Edge stuff, but
like,
dude, like when Zato came out, revolutionary.
The freedom of control you have over the puppet, right? I feel is still unmatched in like any other game. So to me, Eddie will always be my favorite fighting game character. Period.
Everything about the character.
Yeah,
like,
and yeah, exactly. Like aesthetically, the Zato Ichi, like the play on that, the fact that he's blind, like there's so many cool things about him.
Go to voice actor and
Like,
everything.
yeah, goated
Oh,
voice
yeah.
actor. I just think like he's one of the greatest of all time. Easy. No veto.
No veto.
No.
Well,
All right. Where the
we
fuck
did
is
it.
Slayer and Faust?
Where is Venom?
Oh,
Where
I
is
don't like
Venom?
Venom is gross.
you can hold that. You and Pepper can hold that.
What? You guys don't like Venom?
No.
Okay, but where? Okay, wait, but where's Slayer though for real? Like
Yeah,
he
where's
just got
Slayer, though?
announced.
Yes.
I was
Where's
gonna
Slayer?
say
Yeah.
I should have put
So,
AC
You were
Slayer.
supposed to choose Slayer over Testament, dude.
So if Jaitlyn,
Where's
if
Faust?
Jaitlyn was gonna be petty and put Zato at second, I was
He
gonna
was
put Slayer
Slayer.
at
I
first.
agree.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I was
I
gonna put
agree.
Slayer.
I was
I
not
agree.
going to be that petty.
That's why I was like, oh boy.
No,
That's what I was scared
I'm
of.
not trying to gut you like that.
All right, this
Where's
is still.
Faust?
Yeah,
No,
I
no, bro,
can't believe there's no Faust.
no.
What?
No, dude,
Bruh,
we do
there's
not
fucking
need.
Cliff on this list. Chip excerpt
Yeah,
on
are
this
you
list.
talking
That's
about
not.
Batman, Brett.
Batman over Faust, easily. Yeah, easily. Faust is. We don't need Faust, bro. It's fine.
Hey, where's May?
No, we don't need that. Hold up.
Everyone
That's something we can all agree with. Yeah.
I was so glad May didn't get brought
Yeah,
up.
I'm glad that everyone forgot May
on, man.
existed.
Yeah, I was like, let's go.
I briefly was like, should I? No.
Dude, Extra made me
Actually,
sick.
there's another character I'm really surprised no one mentioned. I was going to maybe put them at number 9 instead, but I thought she would definitely make this list. Where's Bridget?
I was thinking about
thought you would
Bridget,
make that
too.
list too. Yeah.
Bridget.
I was thinking about Bridget for 13.
That's legit.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about Bridget for 13.
What about biking?
No.
We
don't need Biken.
I like biking.
We don't need no
Samurai
Biken.
Showdown biking, maybe.
Like I like the character, but I was like,
She's sick of that game, dude.
Bruh, like I
We
really
don't need
picked.
Biken.
So I picked 6 for Order Soul. I almost picked Eno because I was like, she's got to be on the list. I might have, if I knew
I don't
Slayer.
think we were getting Orasol unless you picked it, though. So,
yeah, 100%.
It was
If
like either
I-
that or Slayer.
But
yeah.
if I knew Slayer wasn't going to be on this list, I probably would have put Slayer instead of
I
Order
was
Soul.
fearing for Slayer.
Yeah.
Slayer's not top 15.
Yes. Oh my god.
As we all know,
It's okay. After the honeymoon period of his new PV, when we remember how much we hate fighting against
I'm gonna
Slayer,
say, like,
we'll be
y'all
like, you know what, we don't need Slayer.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Slayer was the first Guilty Gear character I ever played in AC, and I just got
Yeah.
to spam BBU, so I mean, legendary.
I
in my
do
opinion.
think that it does bring me great pain that we don't have AC Slayer on this top
agreed.
15.
Agreed.
Like,
no Giovanni either.
oh, we don't need you.
No.
What are you kidding?
White Loop Slayer.
Why are you guys laughing
from,
every time I say a
Midnight
character?
Carnival.
I'm out of vetoes.
I was with you on biking, but
That's true.
But May, well,
Ugh.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I do think this is better than the Street Fighter and the Tekken one. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
bet, honestly.
I mean, we have Eddie at number 1. That's at least pretty correct.
That's a viable number
Yeah.
one option, 100%.
All right, let's go through this very correct list that everyone enjoys.
Facts.
Number 15, Jam from Accent Core. Number 14, Zappa from Plus R. Number 13, Leo from Strive. Number 12, Cliff from Plus R. Number 11, Jacko from Rev 2. Number 10, Robokai from Reload. Number 9, Bedman from Rev 1. Number 8, Happy Chaos from Strive. Number 7, Chip from Xrd. Number 6, Order Soul from Plus R. Number 5, Eno from Strive. Number 4, Johnny from Plus R. Number 3, Testament from Accent Core. Number 2, Soul from Strive. Number 1, Eddie from Accent Core. A lot of Accent Core, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of the
What's
best
a good
versions
version
of the characters.
game?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I actually
Slayer.
would
Or
have
Plus
put Jam
R.
from Action. I would have put Jam from from Reload and over Jam from Action Core.
I mentioned that. I think Reload Jam's pretty legit too.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually think GGX Jam is also.
Yeah.
I like that.
When they
Happy Chaos
turned
is on this list.
hard slash puffball into a single hit for multi hit, I thought that was like, oh, now we're cooking because like you get all that damage in one go and you get the wall bounce and whatnot on counter hit. I think.
I will say, if you look at this list though, most of these characters are evil.
Oh yeah.
We have a pretty evil
Yeah,
list. I
that's what
mean,
I'm
there's
talking
like
about.
3 people who fire the side of good in this list. I think
Yeah.
3 or 4. You know?
Yeah.
We tried to put Kai up there.
Well, you know.
It's pretty evil list.
That's
but
kind of my aesthetic, so I'm down.
All right, so that's the list. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. That has been Top Tier, and we'll see you next time.
Help. Woo.
We got like theme music.
No.